Good afternoon, everyone. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program monitor from McLean. We're about to lay down on the floor. For today's Yin Yoga practice, I recommend bringing a block. I recommend bringing a strap. If you have an opportunity to put on some quiet music, do that for yourself too. And let's lay down on the floor because we're going to get started in Savasana. I'm just making sure everything is actually recording okay. It sure is. Okay, so you got a block, you got a strap, I got the class, and we're laying down for Savasana. What a party. Sometimes it's like that, everyone. Okay, great. Here we are laying down. We're going to hang out here in this opening Savasana for just about 2 minutes. I encourage you to have your strap nearby, have your block nearby, because we're going to get to it. But for now, we're simply relaxing on the floor. I know I mentioned in the description that my back's not feeling the best today. So one option, if you're ever feeling like your back is really hurting, is to take a nice bend of your knees, maybe even tenting your knees towards each other, and then take a moment to really melt your full spine towards the mat. You can get a little bit more length. When your knees are bent, sometimes that arching starts to happen a little bit more when your legs are straight. So find what does feel good for you because we've got 1 more minute here. Start a scan of your body from head to toe and check out, are you really relaxed in your space? So frequently I notice that I'm on my mat or in my bed and I'm like, I'm so comfortable. And then I realize I'm completely crunched up in a weird cocoon. So melt into your space. Start a scan of your body, inch by inch, breath by breath, head to toe, and just notice where you might have a little extra tension. Where are the spaces that you tend to hold your stress? First thing we're going to do is clear it all out with a little bit of wind removing pose. So bring your heels in line with your hip bones. So legs are nice and straight. Left leg is going to stay where it is. Even flex your left toes back towards your face so that your left calf muscle is touching down on the mat. And we're going to draw the right knee out and away from the rib cage and then back up towards the chest. So my right thigh does come back towards the belly. Can you interlace all 10 of your fingers 2 inches below the knee, getting that nice tight interlace webbing of your fingers? Flat hands on your shin, though, is good for a nice anti-arthritic grip. Shoulders relax down away from ears so your lats engage towards your hips, elbows stretch down towards the bottom of the mat, and begin to pull. Pull your knee towards your chest and armpit, but also push your shin into your hand palm. We got 1 more minute right here. Pushing, pulling. You might feel the pinching compression sensation with your lower belly drawn in your lower right abs. That is your ascending colon. We're literally working to remove any extra wind that might be in your belly that's blocking you from feeling nice, loose, easy, comfortable, and flexible. From here, we're going to come into a spine twist. So one more full, slow cycle of breath in your wind removing. And then the left hand comes to the outside of the right leg. Right arm extends to the side in a T. You can bend your left knee and use your foot to help you roll over into a spine twist. And you can come into whatever kind of spine twist you want. If it doesn't feel good to have this right leg floating, you can bring your block to the party and place your thigh on top of the block, but maybe you let it float and even apply a little pressure still on the outside of the left leg. You can bend your left knee if you want. You can keep your feet stacked. You can separate your legs. Do what feels good for you. If you want that extra stretch in your neck, turn, twist, look over your right in the opposite direction of your knees. Back to your breath. Relax. We are here in the first of a few spine twists for just over 1 minute from right now. Find a stretch that feels good for you today, or maybe it doesn't even feel good. It feels noticeable. It might feel needed. It also might feel uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be painful. If you find yourself in a stretch that is painful, ease your way back out to where it's a thing. It's just a thing. And you can still enjoy your long, slow, deep breaths. And throughout today's practice, let your breath be your guide. Don't come into any stretch that's so deep that you're holding your breath, but because you have to. But if you choose to slow your breath down, bring a little bit more space between when you start and finish your inhale, exhale. I'm here for that. All right. If you turned your head out of line with your heart, carefully bring your head back in line with your heart. Roll over onto your back. You can have your knees bent. Press the soles of the feet into the floor to get your lower back down onto the mat again. Left leg still bent. Inhale your right leg all the way to the sky. Just for a moment, try and touch it. Try and touch the sky with your toes. Big stretch in the front of your ankle. And then try and touch the sky with your heel. Flex your toes all the way back towards you. We'll come back to that later. For now, press your right ankle over your left and work to open that right knee up. And you got your two knees in one line. Pretty normal if you can't. Also, notice if when you went to open that right leg, if you rolled all the way off of the left low back. Okay, you bring your back down to the mat again. So right now we're getting a big stretch into the front side hip opener. We're going to bring the stretch around to the back side of the right leg. On your next inhale, lift your left foot off the floor. Now you can thread the needle if you want. This is yin though. I'm here to relax as much as possible, so I want to be as supported by the mat as I can, so I'm just going to lift the left foot off the floor. There's no need to draw that left knee in any closer, but can you sink your low back and your hips more towards the mat? Can you still work towards getting that right knee in line? Maybe your hands on top of your leg, or maybe you do need to thread the needle or use your strap. Don't worry, we're all going to use our straps in just about 30 seconds. Please be your own guide here. Do what feels right for you. This posture might look different for everyone. One more big inhale. On your exhale, keep this cross of the right leg over the left, but release the left foot back down to the floor. We're going to take our strap. You can either just loop it over your foot, or I like to make a loop at the bottom. Hook up the right foot. Hook it up, y'all, and then send your right leg all the way up towards the sky. If it feels right for you to reach your arms up, you can, but we're relaxing. So I'm just going to let my arms come all the way down to the bottom of the strap. I'm going to work to get both of my low back outsides of the hips down to the floor again. And just relax. How much can you relax your shoulders, your breath, your right hamstring, your mind? How long are we here for, you say? Oh, Oh no, I missed a stretch. We'll come back to it. And that means we're here for 2 minutes. 2 delightful minutes total. Which means we're here for one more minute. Keep your low back down on the floor. Keep a gentle draw in of your belly to keep your low back feeling good. But if you want more from the stretch, you can always extend your left leg out a lot or a little. Remember, every day is different. Each side of our body is different. So, whatever you're feeling right now, you might not be feeling this way. This stress, this tension, thoughts, feelings in 10 minutes or an hour. So, honor whatever your body is bringing to the practice in this moment, in this breath, without expectation, without judgment of what you can do today. We're going to open the right leg out to the side. You might want to bring your hands over to the left side or just hold on to the strap. Feel free to use your block and place your leg on the block if you need. We're getting that good inner thigh stretch. I'm going to bring the bend back to the left leg and clamshell the legs open a little to support holding onto my foot because we're here for 2 minutes as well. We got a lot of 2 minute stretches today. Gives us time to enjoy a little bit of the panic of the stretch, which is what happens at first, and which is also why we hold it for a little bit longer. It's normal. There's a term for it, but I feel like I'm going to mispronounce it. But basically, when we go to stretch, first our muscles, our tendons are like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then when they realize that you're being mindful, they're like, oh, okay. Probably like, when George Washington Carver introduced peanuts. Okay. Let's go ahead and we're gonna now. Oh wait, no, we got one more minute. One more minute. Yeah, I bet when George Washington Carver introduced peanuts and people were all skeptical and they thought they were poisonous. And look how much we love peanut butter right now. So just like our body stretching. At first, everyone was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, hey, that guy looks like he's thriving. Feel free to use your strap. We're going to use it to bring the right leg up. We're going to cross it back over the left. You can remove your strap, open your arms out wide to the side, and this time we're going to allow knees to fall over to the right. So your left leg falls over to the right side for just a different spine twist. I do still have my right ankle crossed on top of the left thigh. If that is not comfortable for you, then uncross your legs and just enjoy this wide-legged spine twist. Bring in a little love, starting to show some attention to the left side hip. And feel free to adjust your feet. I think it feels better to even walk that left leg up a little closer. You got another minute and a half to go. Scan your body head to toe. Where can you create more space? On your inhale, just notice where you might be crunching, squeezing, creating tension. On your exhale, let it go. Naturally let that space build. Take your time. Feel free to use your arms, your elbows for some bracing. Send your knees back up towards the ceiling. Walk your left leg in if you like me. Send it out a little bit and extend legs nice and long. Heels touch. Toes fall open. We find ourselves back in the same savasana that we started with. We're here for 2 minutes. Ah, that was so relaxing. All right, right heel comes in line with right hip. This time we're going to draw the left leg up, out, away from your rib cage, and then back up towards your shoulders. Interlace all 10 of your fingers, if you can, all the way up to the webbing, getting that nice, tight, anti-arthritic grip, and begin to pull. Pull your knee down and up towards your shoulder. Draw your lower belly in, low back presses down towards the floor, and your shin pushes into your hands. Elbows stretch down towards your hips, like your chest is puffing up towards the ceiling. You're pinching and pulling, and if you're lucky, you'll feel the compression sensation in your lower left abdomen. This time we're working the descending colon. You got 1 minute to go right here. Right calf is touching the floor, or your right toes are flexed back towards your face. Shoulders away from your ears, back of your head down on the mat, just a couple breaths. Are you rolling over to the right side? Can you keep your left low back on the floor too? Right hand comes to the outside of the left leg. Left arm extends nice and long. You can bend your right leg on the floor if you need to, or roll into the right side spine twist. Remember, both sides of the body are not the same, so find what feels good for you. Knees have dropped intentionally over to the left. To keep things easy, maybe you're still looking at your knees. For a little extra bit of a stretch, you can look over your left shoulder. Wherever you land is fine. Take a couple breaths right there. And then use your body, use your breath to scan. Can you relax a little bit more? What can melt more into the floor on your exhale after you use your inhale to identify your tense spots? Awesome. If you turned your head out of line with your heart, bring your head back in line with your heart. Take your time, roll over onto your back. Again, firmly plant both feet on the floor. So firmly plant your back on the mat. And then right knee stays bent. Let's inhale left leg all the way up to the sky. Ooh. Pointing your toe towards the ceiling, big stretch on the front of your ankle, and then flex your toes all the way towards your face. Big stretch into your calf. From here, we're crossing the left ankle over the right, opening the left knee up, coming into our figure four stretch. Maybe even rock for a little side to side. I want you to notice all of your amazing low back. And then I want you to firmly plant as much of it as you can on the floor. Working to bring your left knee in line with your right. Maybe you even bring your hand to your left hip. Provide a little bit of warmth. Provide a little bit of pressure towards keeping two knees in one line with low back on the floor. Relax to your breath. Slow, quiet, steady, like the roll of the ocean. If this front side hip opener is absolutely what your body needs today, you can stay here for the next minute. If you want to bring the stretch around to the back side of the glute and hamstring, we're going to lift right foot up off of the floor. Remember, you can just let gravity do the work, keeping your arms down on the mat, keeping your head and shoulders down on the mat. Still trying to stretch that left knee away from you. Breathe. We got less than a minute to go. On your next exhale, carefully release your right foot back down to the mat. We're going to keep our legs crossed. Extend your arms out wide to the side. You can wiggle your right foot a little bit more to the right side of the mat. Shift your hips to the right and allow knees to fall heavy to the left. So we're coming into that opposite side spine twist at the point of class that I intended to have it. Let's see how it feels. If it's too much for you to have your left ankle still crossed over the right leg, just separate your legs and enjoy this nice wide kneed spine twist in the opposite direction of how we just spine twist. We're so good to ourselves. one step at a time. We're going to carefully unwind from this twist. If your left ankle is crossed over the right thigh, that's okay. You can keep it there. Otherwise, roll back onto your back and then cross your left ankle over your right thigh again. From here, we're just strapping up that left foot. And when you're ready, inhale it up towards the sky. Remember, you can hold onto your strap super high, or you can take my advice and allow your arms to slide down so that your arms, your shoulders, your hands, everything is relaxed on the floor. And then start to evaluate how much of your low back is down on the mat. Back to your breath and your stillness. Remember, if you want more from the stretch, you can extend your left leg long. Check out if your chin is jutting up towards the ceiling, and can you take a little tuck of your chin to your chest? Giving that love to your deep neck cervical flexors. Last couple of breaths right here before we bring the stretch to our inner thigh groin. Your arms are up overhead. Maybe you extend your right arm out towards the side as you start to extend your left leg out towards the side. However much you want to. You can clamshell your legs open. You can bring a block to the party for a little bit of support wherever you need that block. Remember, every day is different. We're just enjoying what our bodies can do today, figuring out what they need or want or what they definitely don't want. Relax on the floor. Begin your total body scans. Enjoy your all the involuntary derps that your body might be doing right now. Maybe your toes are wiggling. Maybe your leg is trembling. You got 1 minute to go. Okay. As you're ready, feel free to use the strap for an assist. We're going to send that right leg back high to the sky. Bend your knee, release your strap off. Plant both feet on the floor for a moment. Plant your low back on the mat and windshield wipe your legs in opposite directions. Your windshield wiper is fast or as slow as honors your body today. Feel free to take a pause. We got our ascending colon when we got our right leg when removing. We got our descending colon with our left leg, but now we want to make sure that we are super cool to our bodies to clear it all out. So we're going to get our transverse colon. So go ahead, draw both of your knees up, and can you even squeeze your knees in together? So knees pressing towards each other, hands can be on top of your shins. Maybe you can even grab hold of an opposite hand finger or thumb. I still recommend keeping as much of the back of your head on the floor, tucking your chin to oop, hiccups, tucking your chin towards your chest, stretching your elbows towards the bottom of the mat. This time you might feel that pinching compression sensation on your lower abs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those legs together and in while creating as much length as you can from the crown of your head, stretching to the wall behind you, and from your tailbone, stretching to the bottom of the mat. Take 3 more slow breaths as deep as you can. And on your third exhale, we're going to release the soles of the feet back down to the floor. Maybe you release one at a time to be super kind to your back, which we're going to give a little bit more love to supported glute bridge. So go ahead, grab hold of your block with your knees bent, press into them. On your inhale, slide your block to your low back, right above where your bum starts. That's the easiest, most scientific way to think about it. So you have all of your glutes, your butt meat hanging off the other side of the block. You're getting a little bit of self-myofascial release, a little pressure of the block into your low back. You can stay right here. You can keep your arms by your side and keep your knees bent, and this is a great place to be, especially as a beginner. If you want a little bit more, walk, wiggle your feet a little further out. You'll start to feel a gentle tug on your low belly as we're getting a bit more into the digestive system, really working to stimulate your digestion, metabolism, elimination. You can keep your arms by your side or inhale your arms up overhead. A little bit more stretch into the lats, into the mid back. Maybe even having arms out to the side like the goalpost. A little bit more love and stretch into your pecs. Just breathe here. And just like before, if you found that you came into a position that just doesn't seem sustainable, or that you're stressed about it, or you're not able to breathe as deeply because of it, find a new position and relax right there. But stay here. There's no need to go back and forth and back and forth. Getting close to the end of the practice, so really focus on sticking with your stillness where you can. Coming out opposite the way we went in, if you brought your arms up overhead, you're going to carefully release your arms back down by your side. If you walked or wiggled your legs out further, I encourage you to wiggle your legs back in. Once the soles of the feet are under your knees, draw your belly in, use your inhale, lift your low back up, and exhale slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Melt your back down to the mat. Once you get there, extend your legs nice and long and inhale your arms back up overhead. Keeping your hips right where they are in the center line, we're gonna do our best with our space to walk our legs as far over to the right as possible, creating a nice half moon shape. You can bring your upper body to the right as well. We are in banana pose. If it feels good, you can lift up your left leg and cross it over the outside of your right. If this feels great, the stretch you're creating from hand palm to shoulder, from shoulder to hip, from hip down to heel, stay right here. Feel free to turn, twist your head if you would like. Just a couple breaths to go. Melt into the mat. Relax as much of the back of your hands, forearms, upper arms, shoulders, inch by inch, just working your way down to be relaxed in your space, in your stretch, and your breath. You cross your left leg over the right, uncross your legs. And then we'll bring our upper body back through to center. Arms can stay up overhead. Legs walk back through to center. Take a moment. Once they get there, take a full cycle of breath. Inhale and exhale, low back, just relaxing on the mat. And then when you're ready, to the opposite side, hips stay where they are. Legs come over for a left side banana. And then upper body comes over for your left side banana. Feet can stay side by side or as close to side by side as feels good for them today, or option to cross your right ankle over the left. If crossing your ankle didn't feel good, then don't do it. If you want to turn, twist your head, get an extra stretch in your neck while we're here together. In our last passively active pre-savasana asana. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed such a delightful stillness there. If you cross your right ankle over your left, uncross your ankles. If you brought your upper body to the left side, we bring your upper body back to center. We're walking our legs back to center, and we're carefully releasing our arms back down by your side. To come into our final Savasana. Feel free to open your legs as wide as you want, open your arms as wide as you want, or if you're still feeling any discomfort in your low back, coming back to bending your knees, tenting them, finding what works for you today, and honoring yourself by showing up, meeting yourself in that space. You're welcome and encouraged to stay here in this final Savasana for as long as you can. So we'll actually close out practice here on the floor today. Take a moment to think something positive, something you're proud of that you've done today, something you're going to do for others, praise you've received throughout this week for what an amazing person you are, either as an employee, a friend, a pet parent, literally anything that can bring a smile to your face. Let's find it right now. Hopefully, there were so many things that came to mind that you can take pride in for doing either for yourself or others. But I hope till we're together again, you'll do many things for yourself, like speak kind words, eat good foods, and do good deeds every day, nourishing yourself from the inside out. Pick a number between 1 and 10. Can you stay here without moving for that many more breaths? If no one's told you today you're special and the light within me honors, sees, and is so thankful for the light within you. So please keep showing up, keep shining, keep being your best. It's always enough. And I can't wait to put our energy out there together and practice again soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day, week, weekend, month. Namaste.